Welcome to the Stocks with Josh show. Hit that like for me, guys. Throw a heart, say hi in the comments. Don't fall for scammers in the comments because they use my name and my picture. I'm never going to DM you, but you can chat with me directly on the Stock Squad Patreon. That's where myself, Keenan Grace, StockMo, and Stock Up with Larry Jones are giving hot plays, technicals, and answering questions. I'll leave a link for that in the top pinned comment. I'm going to go over a stock, couple stocks, a crypto, and you've heard me say in some recent videos that the S&P 500 has not been showing strength. It's actually been consolidating and showing some weakness. And that largely, I think that means that we're going to go into a distribution phase. I want to be clear when I talk about weakness, I don't believe that we are done going up. We're just changing the way in which we're going up. We're getting into price widening patterns, which means you're going to see stronger moves up that are followed by some strong moves down, but the up move isn't over. It's getting more volatile. One of the plays I'm going to take you guys into the charts to show you exactly that has been Nancy Pelosi's play, Pan W. We call it Nancy's play because she is an incredible stock picker. Over in Washington, somehow in her busy schedule, she seems to just know which stocks are going to outperform the market. Last year and this year, her biggest play was on NVDA, and recently she put her sights and some cash on Pan W, and we decided to follow her in that play, and it's made tens of thousands of dollars. Now I'm still in it, and I'm going to tell you guys what I see happening in the charts, and it's a good example of the volatility that I'm expecting to see more of in the market. I'm just going to start off by making a comment about NVIDIA. I see NVIDIA climbing. We're gapping up. We don't have a single rejection candle, and I think that this entire move could end at around 1,268. That's my current top price that I'm personally watching. Does it mean that that's the end of the move? No, it means that I'm going to be watching for rejection candles at that level of resistance. Let me do a small micro class on candles and support and resistance lines. I'll give you in this video some support and resistance lines for today. We're going to be talking about Tesla. I'm going to talk about Pan W, and I'm going to give you a crypto. But here's what I want to teach you guys today. When I give you a trend line, it doesn't mean that the price won't push through it. But you want to watch what happens at the end of the day. If it stays above the trend line that I give you, it means that that trend line or support level has held. And if it opens a candle the following day above that trend line, it means that that trend line has held. Now, if it goes through that trend line and pushes high, maybe 50 cents, $1, $2 higher, but then near the end of the day, it falls beneath the trend line, it means that that trend line is not support yet. It's still resistance. And so keep that in mind as we're going over some charts. Before I begin with that, I want to take you into some interesting news stories, particularly around Tesla. I'm noticing a lot happening there with the mix of good and bad news. I will also start off by saying that I'm seeing more bearishness on Tesla in a lot of chat groups that I happen to jump in. Everybody seems to think that the down move isn't over. Now, I'll tell you that neither do I. But when everybody piles up on one side of the trade, you're going to have to expect that the price action will go the other direction because people are in liquidity positions, they're in leveraged positions, and the market makers, they hunt that and they wipe it out before making the move that they want to make next. Now, I do personally believe that Tesla's got to come down to 160 before it breaks above 200. But it wouldn't shock me, and we've got to leave it on the table, that it could make another attempt at 200 before having a strong move down. Well, we'll look at that in the charts. But let's talk about the news. In times past, I told you that in 2024, one of the big news stories that we're going to need to see happen for Tesla to break above 200, 220, 240, and maybe even get to 300 was for Elon to get paid. This guy accomplished the impossible in this company, right? It's an incredible part of his legacy, but the man wants to get paid, and he was denied because of politicians and politics. and political judges, he was denied a $55 billion payday. And I have made the point that one of the many things that has to happen for the Tesla stock to skyrocket is for that man to get paid. And let's just start off with that news story. I want to share with you what's happening on that front. Tesla's plan to get investors to vote on CEO pay package, win a factory tour with Musk. So what he's basically saying is he wants to get people to vote. He wants them to vote for him to get paid. And if they do, they could win a tour of the Gigafactory in Austin with Musk himself. And so it seems to me to be a little bit of bait. And it's a reminder to me that this is relevant. It still needs to get worked out. We still need to see Elon get paid for us to believe that he is going to push that company and all of the opportunity surrounding that company with robotaxis and the robots themselves and the AI. For all of that to come to fruition, this man's got to get his checks delivered. He's got to be able to get that cash. And so I think that this is pointing to this happening. And I believe that when this vote occurs, and if he gets that money, I think that the stock is going to take off. But alternatively, if the vote occurs and he doesn't get paid, then we don't have Elon Musk pushing this company higher. It's going to remain in a holding pattern, which simply means it's going to move sideways. And so this is going to be one of these buy the rumor, sell the news, or sell the rumor and buy the news. We got to see which way people vote. All right, let's go look at the chart. All right, you guys, we're on the weekly time frame. I see this support line. It's been driving us up to above 174. I think this is a relatively bullish candle. Largely, we're coming to a point of decision. I'm just going to keep it simple. If we're above 177, I am going to be in call options to run this back up above 182 and around 189. That will be my range. I think that if we are beneath 174, and so let's go back to what I said at the beginning, we're going to be looking to see if we open a candle beneath 174 and close a candle beneath 174, then it's time to expect a stronger move back to 163, 160. At the moment, if you ask me which direction this would go, I'm slightly favoring this move to the upside. We're leaning towards that 177 level, and so if we get a candle that opens above 177, and we want to see if it closed, but we can be looking at these smaller time frames. Right now, this is the weekly chart, but in general, I'm referring to the daily time frames. And when we want to try to guess which direction it's going to be closing, you can go to the shorter time frames, like the 4 hour. So let's just jump down to the 1 day time frame. You look at that 1 day time frame and you realize that we've pushed and bounced off 174. This has been a pretty good area of support. We're back flirting with 177. So watch out for an open above 177 because we will go higher despite all the feeling of bearishness. And so I always like to keep my chart simple. Rocket ships above 177, bears beneath 174, guys. Those are the lines in the sand. We're in this middle zone, which is where we've mostly been playing for a while. It's getting ready to break one way or the other. And don't get too stuck in one particular mind frame. Don't get too bearish. Don't get too bullish. You might be right about the bearishness, but it doesn't mean that it's not going to make a push higher. So use the lines in the sand that I gave you. Do your own due diligence, but use those as a second opinion on your own technicals. All right, let's jump over to a crypto. But before I do that, let me take a very quick station break for the MOOMOO investment app. Guys, if you need better trade tools, I think today is the last day that you can put in $100 to get 10 fractional shares of the Magnificent Seven. So all you need to do is put in $100, and I think largely you're going to walk away with $50. But look at the link and all the details that it provides. It's available in the US, Australia, and Canada. It's a trading platform, and their goal is to be the #1 options trading platform in the United States. And I think that they've got some great tools. I'm going to go over those some more in the coming days. I'm going to take a very quick moment to talk about the fact that I'm coming to the DMV. I'm going to be in Washington, D.C. and Maryland this Sunday. I've got 2 events. One from 10 to 12. That's an event at a local church where I'm going to be speaking. Me and Stock Up with Larry Jones are going to be giving the talk Sunday morning. I'll leave the address at the end of this video so you can screenshot that. And then we're going to be departing there. We're not going to be doing any meet and greet there, but over at Ebenezer's Coffee House in Washington, D.C., we're going to do a meet and greet from 3 to 6. I only decided to do this on Tuesday, and we're trying to pull it together for Sunday, but I'd love to see as many of you guys as I can. All right, let's get into some crypto. All right, we're going to stay on ONDO right now because ONDO's been paying the bills, guys. It's been in a very strong move. We've got a little flag pattern that broke to the upside with another flag pattern. And I have said repeatedly that an area where I'm looking to take profit is going to be between 133 and 145. Largely, I'm going to be holding this above 145. But everyone's been asking me, well, Josh, what price do we get some more? Personally, I think it's $1.16. And so the $1.16 price is an area I'm targeting to buy my next bag of ONDO. Now, I will have a stop loss right beneath $1.16 at around $1.14 to $1.13. That's my stop loss zone. But I'm expecting us to touch this descending line here, and I'm expecting us to move back above 133 into this 145 range. All right, let's jump into some news stories on PanW, and then I'm going to take you guys into the chart there. What I want to show you here in the news is just to remind you that Palo Alto is a strong company and we're seeing more revisions of price targets to the upside. President Capital adjusts price target on Palo Alto Networks to $355 from $340, maintains a buy rating. Palo Alto Networks is maintained at buy by Argus Research. Argus adjusts price target on Palo Alto Networks to $348 from $336. Now that bullishness does not necessarily mean that it's go all in. Let's check the charts to see what they say. All right, well, we had a very bearish event occur that I want you guys to be aware of because I was asked in the comment section of the Discord, Josh, is it time to load up on Palo Alto? Well, we've had a break of a channel. Now we have opened a candle and we might close that candle today beneath 307. And so I'm just going to tell you guys that if we're underneath this channel and if this candle closes underneath this channel today, then we've got to expect more of a downturn that would bring us anywhere from 290 back to 287. However, I do believe that this could be a fake out. We get these all the time when a candle breaks outside the channel and the following day it pushes back into the channel. And that's what I'm going to be watching out for. So here's what you need to know on Palo Alto from me today. We're going to be looking for a re-entry into this channel tomorrow. And if we get that and we close tomorrow in the channel and we get above 310, then I believe that we're going to go bullish all the way back to the top of this channel, which is going to push us up between 331 and 340. And that's going to be a spot where things are going to cool off. And so that's the bottom line, guys. You can trade that channel with me. That's my exact trade plan. We had a bear turn, but we're still in an uptrend that's not confirmed bearish yet. So if we recapture 310 tomorrow, I'm going back in full all the way for a move back to 340 where a lot of money could be made. But that's the game plan. Guys, I will give you more stocks, more crypto tomorrow. I appreciate you joining me today. Thank you. If I did good and I'm helping you with your trading, then don't neglect that like. It pushes it out to more viewers, grows the page. And I'd love to see you guys in Washington, D.C. and Maryland. It's going to be a unique opportunity to hear myself and Stock Up with Larry Jones share a little bit of our faith, our testimony, and some insight on wealth. It's going to be a very special time. I hope to see you guys both at the church event and later at the meet and greet for some more one-on-one time. It's life-changing, I believe, to be able to connect as a community and talk about generational wealth. All of the growth that I've ever had in my life has come from friendships and people helping me along the way. And I think that that's what this opportunity is. It's to come together with like-minded people and get charged back up, get the vision, get prepared, build the confidence so you can kick down that golden door on Wall Street. You know, I love you guys. Peace and blessings. We'll talk again soon. Bye-bye.